Vamos, chat.
Great job.
It's a must-win for Sasha if you're clueless. Okay.
Versus Vitality, the 1-1 match.
The loser will be 1-2, aka plays 2 elimination games after this, and it can be enemies like Vitality, for example. It can be really, really tough enemies. Sasha needs to win this game. We're gonna go ahead into the future, guys. Give us a second. This is a life hack. We're gonna be ahead of everyone, even in front of Sasha himself. Scheiße! Oh no.
This is impressive.
Yeah, wow. I mean, they go towards the A side.
Sasha. Whoa, those jiggle peaks are crazy. All right, here we go. Now we can look in chat.
They are holding position in mid.
Now everyone breathe.
A potential find from Dumao. He's looking for this rotation, but look at FaZe.
Keep in mind, it's also a BO1 chat. Every single round, every single kill matters. And maybe the reason why we leave the major or make it into the crowd. Nice, Frozen.
Wow. Dropped in transition, Frozen. Just clips him with the USP, and now looking to do more. That bomb, it's picked up now.
Rain, so all in on the prediction, guys. Last chance if you don't see it at 5.
Already looking to set up a bit of a retake.
Don't go alone. Kerrigan, that's crazy, bro. How does he get away with that? 2v2, 1v2. Kerrigan in the 1v1. Kerrigan. That's Angst got it. After 34 years, he still delivers the 1v1. Catch down, catch and win.
CT side, but listen, he'll have none of it. Takes him down, and Legacy pick up the pistol in one of the most elaborate ways that I can imagine.
Oh, wow.
That's like you play against Ronaldo and you do the Sui, bro.
You know, ambulance against them.
Oh, hell no.
Counter-ambulances.
That disrespect, that's worse than calling Zaiwu fat.
Just to say,
that's worse.
When they put up that smoke wall,
he better apologize
Legacy, they are
right now.
Expecting a really big reaction from FaZe. If that had happened, they would have had one person on B to see the reaction, and then they would have been ready to go towards the A bomb site. But that never happens.
Fuck
and
this, bro.
Legacy sort of down.
Guys, if you're unaware, Legacy beat us already 2-0.
And they do that. And
this is a revenge match. FaZe Clan lost 0-2 to fucking Legacy. Legacy beat teams
I respect it. I don't
way ahead of their league. They also beat Vitality, the #1 team in the world. They ended their win streak as we can't even kill the chicken.
Very, very weak.
Oh, hell no.
Lux 66 HP, so the P250.
Guys, last chance on the prediction, bro.
I think Green.
Well,
it's not good. It's not a good time.
I'll be sometimes.
Let's go Legacy.
But at least do that, you know.
Mods, maybe time him out, bro. I want to be in a bubble today. I want to be in a bubble, in a simple bubble. Only simple fans right now.
For Legacy,
Rob's got an ace. Nice.
Too much trouble.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
I think for me, I really hope that FaZe.
I hope you agree that this game is 1,000 times more important, though.
I suppose if they're to lose the Anubis, that
for no money in the world, I will switch right now.
There was yesterday.
Actually, $5 I'm switching, bro.
So many opportunities for themselves, but just
40 seconds.
Not be quite able to close it down, and that was a shame, I think. To see, and I think
your glazing is so annoying.
This is a
you mean me keeping it real is so annoying?
They are, because Simple has only just been added to the roster, and obviously Rain was also unavailable during IEM Dallas.
Guys, Rain can't be trolling today,
it's kind
bro.
of like a day-by-day
Rain
thing
yesterday went 1 in 12 and
they
shit.
have such a caliber of players that can play on a big stage that if they can just iron out some of the kinks as we go game to game, they can survive that far. They can be super dangerous, but.
Yeah, I mean, another big reason why I think winning this match is so important for FaZe, because then at least you have to play 2 best-of-3s.
Yo, this guy's about to piss me off, chat. We're 2 rounds in and I'm already getting fucking mad.
So I don't disagree.
This guy needs to calm down, bro.
They have to kind of work everything out.
Oh, hell no.
On the stage, which is a tough position to be in.
Bro.
Anyway,
why is this chat? Is it just me or the days passing too quickly right now?
The most impressive one with
I think
M4s and then the MP9.
I'm already on America time schedule, bro. I can't get out of bed before 1 right now. Like, it's so weird, bro. I hate it. That's just these past 5 days have been going like this. Like this. I can't snap, but imagine I snap.
So hopefully that won't be the case. Rain had such a struggle. I think he's won.
Bro, June is disappearing. It's June?
Game they had yesterday on Anubis.
Thought it was March.
Hopefully not going to be the case here. Early grenades come out, and you know what? They chip away a little bit, and it's still worth it. Just getting a couple of people down to the 83s there.
Dumao.
I think it's
11 AM for me. Lucky you, bro. Lucky you.
Yeah, we have the setting of the default.
Let's let one thing simmer in, bro.
Showing this.
We're gonna be the youngest we're ever gonna be, right in this fucking second, bro. All right, let's make the best out of the second right now, out of this moment, bro, by watching FaZe Clan, okay?
To the pace. So around that 110 mark, we're gonna get that pop flash.
I've been seeing myself doom scroll a little bit too much recently, Chad.
Trading out
on those short form content bullshit brain rot stuff.
Asking questions, but it's all a bait.
I'm deleting TikTok right now.
It's just part of the default.
I don't care.
Taking some map control. And another peek there from Frozen this time. It's going to go right for FaZe. This is looking rather weak so far from FaZe.
Is there a way to disable YouTube Shorts?
Anything going in this round?
From my point of view, both those peaks coming in, both on Frozen and Carrigan, had this, texture of just not quite being ready.
Yes.
You could just tell that they weren't
on iOS.
Yes, they were peaking, but it just wasn't with enough focus. And Frozen, I mean, that sort of jump.
I never watched from PC, bro. Only phone.
Something has gone horribly wrong there. So
no.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, because I think the play for Simple is actually fine. He's playing the front for that very reason.
Yes. Guys, make sure you don't see yourself doom scrolling unless it's ohnepixel shots.
And then be ready to swing.
Then keep
that
scrolling.
Is great, but
yeah,
it feels as though maybe it almost feels like smells like a miscommunication. For example, like let's say someone who was playing A long and died there, like calling that it was a much.
Why does FaZe keep picking Anubis for fuck's sake?
Because from what we could see,
because we beat one of the best teams on Anubis yesterday.
They were still holding.
Vamos, boa! Never mind.
3-0 start for Legacy.
Aha.
Sure.
This fucking guy, bro.
And hey, it worked against Vitality. They were really giving it.
Is this a limb game? This is worse than a limb game.
In general,
it's edging elimination. Whoever loses is basically out. Like 80%.
Hey, how can you steal Carrigan's bit?
That's why we need FaZe to win this BO1, bro. Big time.
That seems bold.
Listen, maybe this is what the match is for. Who gets to keep the ambulance? Winner takes all kind of moment. Why not? We're in round number 4 here. They're not going to be able to buy, obviously. So FaZe.
Simple, show these guys who's boss, bro.
That's a very nice grenade.
You are their boss, literally.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't one of the big.
Please don't pay them anything above fucking minimum wage, bro.
It was just a round where it sort of felt like even in the 4v4, they could have played it a lot more slowly and probably would have come out with a little bit of a better opportunity. But this is also.
Should I pay my editors above minimum wage? Can I get some Ws?
You just have to accept that you're probably going to be taking some losses like this, and then hopefully you can just manufacture something else later.
Hey,
I'm actually not going to get FaZe.
Yeah.
I do think. The next buy round will be such a big indication of where we're going with this match. If it's going to be a really hard struggle of a comeback, or if they have something cool that they can show us early on.
And
human rights.
Lexi, they're running the exact same timings as the previous round. The clearance of A long at 110.
50
now
seconds.
The E-box threats, but this is just a threat. It's not a full push, and that is mega damage on these B players. And they all, FaZe, they actually poked E-box.
Well, we gambled B,
the previous
and
round
they're heading towards
wrecked.
A. It's chopped.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a temptation to try and take those peaks on the season.
Millionaire can't pay enough. I pay my editors 50%, bro. I'm going out even with YouTube.
And so I don't really blame
them. Maybe profit
I just wish they
the tax thing like deducted.
Taking those peaks with
I don't know, bro.
Sharpness.
I'm so clueless when it comes to financials.
Right now, mission for FaZe.
I just pay out of my ass and like.
More than anything
and then it's all good shit.
Obviously not going to try and win the round here, but you just want to see if you can steal something away.
Okay, well, Ring's dead. But Frozen, he has indeed collected that Galil. Now,
is it BO1? Yes, it is, bro.
See what FaZe actually do, because that E-box line is important. But with the way that Legacy are playing, they are ready to snipe down anybody that's going to be challenging E-box. And at the same time, Legacy have been showing that 110 A-long clearance, but they don't go into A with
Fuck, I wanted to be live earlier today, bro.
On a later timing.
Where did this day go? Where did this day go? It just...
FaZe will have to figure out.
It's 17 o'clock.
Is when Legacy are showing that default, what does it mean? Are they actually just doing the clearance and then pausing like we've seen, or are they going to contact through that?
Is it the beetroot juice? I've been starting to drink beetroot juice every day.
You're going to lose the round if you're FaZe.
It makes your blood
if you missed the
flow better or something. Maybe I'm
FaZe game on this map. Just to
thinking
recap what FaZe were
double
doing
S
really
fast,
well
so the
on
day
CT
passes
side.
double S fast.
They had these great pushes going from connector down
Suffering
the
from
river
success.
and sort of aligning with an A push. Like they had these very aggressive moves on the CT side. The thing is, Legacy will have seen that game, and it's dangerous to do.
Actually, it should be the other way around, no?
Expecting that the smoke was going to go. He heard that smoke land, and he's just looking the wrong way, unfortunately. And in the last... It's Sanskin, the youngest on the team.
Nice carrying angle.
Fawn
Fall, we need to win this round.
Absolutely no nerves showing in that fight. Lux will go down though in return, and we're still going to be in a 4v4.
That's a good find from Carrigan outside.
Carrigan and Leash are on the
Really
side.
smart call there from Legacy, but hang on, we got the push from Evox.
I trust them.
Nice
Nicely Leash.
That's a big move there
Bomb
for
can still
FaZe
reroute.
to deal with that position.
And it
they
will.
actually now, we're taking the
Dumao
initiative
has
there.
the flank of a lifetime. Simple has an idea, but doesn't catch him, Chad. If
If
Sasha would have been like 5 seconds earlier, would have had him. Now Carrigan dies for free.
Absolutely not. Carrigan goes
That's
down.
the tilt and a
with
half,
that,
Chad.
Leash is now completely isolated in this
He
position.
crossed right
and
before Sasha was
it
looking,
might
bro.
very well be the case that we'll see Legacy move to this B site. So it might all be on Leash here to give an opening
40
for FaZe.
seconds.
It definitely is. Simple's too far away. Molotov actually doesn't go quite deep enough to really put some pressure on him, so that's a bit annoying. Might give him an opportunity. They are well aware. They're looking for it. They know that he could be in here.
We have
AWP
kids.
showing up on Sad.
Nicely
Leash.
Leash.
Get the flick, and now there's a counter Molotov on top of the bomb here, so should provide a little bit of pressure. Where does it
That's
land?
damage
I don't
at
know
least.
where that
Minus
goes.
50.
Did it actually fall too
Sasha,
far into
combat
the smoke?
up.
Oh, it's way over there. That's
Gets
crazy.
one, sees the second.
Simple, though. Point blank
Simple in rain. The
will
duo.
take down
No
one and
scope.
no scope
For the
in
finish.
classic Simple
That's why he's
style
the best,
to
bro.
take down Lado.
Very good movement there from Simple, like seeing the
he's
timing
aware as
window
well,
to
bro.
get
Why are
beyond
you
the
saying
angle
F?
they could expect him to be at that
Yo,
timing
is Twitch
around the
fucking
smoke.
dying? I'm about to snap.
Very good intuition,
I'm about to
very
switch
good game
platforms.
sense there
What's
from
going on,
Simple,
bro?
as you'd expect. And of course, finishing it up
That's
in
issue
classic
3
Simple
days in a row.
style. Great pick from Satson. And
Guys,
this
my
was great
bitrate is
round
awesome.
selection too
It's
by
not me.
Legacy. We talked about these slow A-heavy defaults. What do they do the next round? Well, they
Is it
get
just
bring
EU server?
Satson in with the AWP. Looking to snipe from the B main position. It could very well have been a CT push there as a response to A-heavy defaults. So the calling is on point here for Legacy, despite losing that round.
Mods, are we trolling?
Yeah, it's really on point. And I'm still surprised that they didn't know that Dumao had made his way in there, because Simple was actually holding CT spawn that whole time. So it's a bit confusing to me that they didn't have more awareness, but you could see Carrigan did get caught off guard. Now we're going to see some mid-pressure here. Right into Elish as he sprays down a couple.
Hey, it's for real.
Dumao looks out of the round immediately, and
It's just me.
what else can you do here? 3 versus 5.
All of
This is the
Twitch
kind of
down.
round that FaZe, unfortunately, against Aurora ended up losing a couple
Lol.
of times. That can't happen today. That should never be allowed.
And interestingly, Anders, I think the way that they would lose it is these B hits.
Are we back?
When they were, the T-side was in the 3v5. We'll see if we have a better hold here. Carrigan on the other end of that smoke on E-Box. Having to do 2 jobs here because
Wait, I
he's
think
alone,
it's
so this is a great
the
reposition
server that I'm streaming
to
on.
make sure it's less
Are we back?
complicated and he can play off of his teammates. But they are very far back here on the site. That will give some space.
I'm so
here
confused right now.
as Legacy make their way forward.
They're going to be able to Molotov Carrigan's position. Sanson has
Are we
that
back? Are we
grenade.
back? Chat, it's the Germany
Right on spot.
server.
Listen,
It's the Germany Twitch server.
Did actually get a headshot before that even happened, and now
I just checked another German streamer, Elias, and he was also
I
down.
doubt that's going to happen.
Lol.
If ever the nerves were going to play a
Bruh.
factor to be in a
Mods,
round
remind
like
me
this
to change
40 seconds.
Twitch server, maybe.
I do love the fact that he's taken this just a moment to see if anyone's rushing up
Should be
behind
back,
him there.
chat.
But yeah, so much work ahead of him here, trying to clutch this one.
Frankfurt server.
against
Yeah, I may
some
have to switch to
legendary
Amsterdam,
players
bro.
on the server. Rain and
Usually
Simple
Frankfurt
over there
is
and
the most
Frozen,
consistent.
Trying to even get closer. Rain just tucked in and raiding. He's just holding this position here.
Bruh.
Nice flick. That's actually so quick. Gonna be smoking him off. It doesn't
This is
get
a 1v3, I
any
think,
easier
clash
here
attempt.
for
Maybe
Sanson.
1v4 even. He
He's
already has
looking
a
for
double.
the lineup, but I
He
don't
called
think it's gonna
Zaiwu
be the
fat,
right
by the
one.
way.
Tap the bomb.
Scheiße. I will never let go of this
Tries
chat.
to get the spray through, but it's
But he
Simple.
slipped.
Shut it down. And they'll
Immediately
hold on to the round
excused
here,
himself. I won't let go. Yeah, destroy them.
Wow, what a shot there from Simple, finding that one through the smoke. Nice mid opening from Elish.
Alter.
Still, that shot, I feel like onto Rain from Sadsin was pretty incredible, but I mean, you've got the one-upmanship coming out of Simple.
No way. Carry Gango.
They're taking the ambulance now, but he's taking their language.
No way, we're off again.
I
Are you trolling?
love it. How could you not just... How do you not just be in love with people like Carrigan and also Apex?
Fast timing.
Yeah, they want to go for it here. Simple getting
4v5.
hunted down. You're absolutely right, Dan. It was lightning fast.
F.
Did you catch him?
Yo.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting, though.
One more F,
F,
something
this
will
choke
break.
point beyond the smoke, but they're going to get
That's a
stuck
start
here.
pattern,
That's
by
a
the way.
huge issue. They have to force their
Oh,
way
no.
through, and they're going to try
Frozen
to do so,
hits him at
taking
least.
some losses, but
Finishes
gaining
with
some
an 8.
space in return as FaZe are
3v4.
nuking these positions, but FaZe have actually won
Miss
their way into the
Molotov
site to try to
from
defend
FaZe
this one.
stand.
They won't let
Elish
the
with the
bomb
double.
get planted. Nice
2v2,
double from
2v1.
Elish. Carrigan chimes in as well.
Nissim.
And things are looking good here, just down to
Very
Nissim.
winnable for
1
him.
versus 2. He tries to find it.
1
Great
HP
headshot onto
Elish.
Carrigan. Resetting into the 1v1. Both players fairly weak at this point. Elish teasing the angle. He is so weak.
Elish
26 health.
needs the
Next
headshot.
bullet could do it here for Nissim.
It's rifle versus rifle. Nobody has utility.
It's now Elish is pulling off. He realizes that Nissan will have to go
Elish
upon the bomb.
should be favored because Elish has the bomb on the floor.
Timing.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Nissan, so smart, just holds his ground.
I didn't like how he played that, bro. I'm going to keep it real, bro.
And that's a key round there for Legacy.
I swear we should have had that.
That's such a mixed bag. Great opening for Legacy. But
he tried to catch a timing, but man, that's risky, bro.
It's so good, but I just don't know.
The time was low too, kinda.
Is not necessary.
50 seconds. No way he could have sneaked the bomb and then sneaked towards me.
And like you said, eventually he has to go and pick up the bomb.
Just play it slow,
so
Hero op Sasha.
Oh, you love to see that.
Do you sell it? No, he doesn't. Sasha committed. Rest of the team just buying pistols. Sasha says, guys, trust me.
So the whole round
and funded himself an op.
There's no
he can't die with it. He can't lose it.
But somewhere down there is a team player just jiggling back and forth.
Sasha. The T's are definitely not going to expect it. Maybe he can catch them off guard.
On the CT side. So that could catch you off guard easily.
And a disadvantage for the team is they're looking for this position from where we saw them just looking at it from. They have an advantage. Even against an AWP, you do get a slight advantage because you're so far away from the angle of engagement. But that has changed now because we've got Lux. He's coming close. But he is the lurk here. So he can't really be trading onto Simple if he goes down. But that might not matter here, Anders.
Yeah, and you're almost always going to molotov.
Sasha! Whoa! He hits those flicks like no other, bro, I swear. You don't want to peek that little bro. You don't want to peek that little bro. Lux, what are you thinking, dog?
We'll take down Lux. And a 5 versus
but just pistols on the side, it's still very losable, guys. If these guys all die for free, which it looks like it, Elish needs to get one.
You know what? They've done a great job here, Legacy.
Sasha is there on time, though.
Sasha?
Sasha?
He's finally here, but the
Sasha!
making his life a little bit tricky.
Gets mollied off. 36 HP. Has to save.
It's great utility use for Legacy to make sure that he can't get another kill.
That is some prime Simple stuff right there. That really is. That was so sick. And, I mean, if nothing else, you get some economic damage.
But he gets to save the op,
Galil. And all that nade damage, unfortunately, is going to,
of course, bro. Look at this guy, bro.
Thinking about going for that in the end, but
he strikes thunder.
Really, really nice. That's so dangerous.
Yeah, you could tell if they'd actually held the smoke with the 5-7.
Yeah,
guys, Navi is playing as well today.
Even just one kill.
Spirit is playing, aka Donkey Donkey.
That probably, if anybody ever wanted to go back and do some, post-match
by the way,
analysis on this kind
I
of
did
game,
say Rain needs to lock in today. Rain yesterday went 1-12. Rain currently a day later 1-7. Rain, please.
And really slow down Legacy. Instead,
you're insane, bro. You're 10 times better than these guys.
It's not really
just
a terrible
focus,
position
bro.
for FaZe to be in. It's actually pretty savable at this stage. But we just can't have any more freaky losses. Like, some of these advantageous positions, they have to convert more.
Yes, and that music once again indicating.
Yeah, of course.
That we do have a tactical.
Keep telling that to yourself, bro. Keep telling that to yourself.
Only one timeout remaining, as you can see on your
Neo
screens,
takes the timeout.
Giving Neo an opportunity once again to chime in. And it's funny, in the interview, Simple essentially describing himself as a support player. If your support player can do that,
yeah, true.
Not bad. Pretty sick.
Here we go, bro.
I mean, I think it's they seem to be happy with it. I think it's nice if he's learning new things, even, past the stage where he's essentially the best player of all time. You're like, all right, whatever. Still picking up new things. I think that's great. That's great. We love to see it. Round number 9. We are going to see pretty default setup kind of here. It's Rain early on anchoring B. Simple, he's going to be back into the connector, but I think they've already thrown a smoke that's going to eventually land on top of him, so we'll see if he wants to challenge that. You can push in front of this.
Bora? I thought Bora.
Smoke that they've thrown Legacy, so it also means they are going to be well aware. Elish will keep them contained in the middle for the moment, so that kind of slowed down a bit.
It's a must-win right now.
Yeah, so it's
must-win.
You know, we saw the A-heavy default.
Rip Vitality. Don't tell me they're losing,
where
bro.
More players towards B and mid with the singular
Dude,
player.
I can't have Vitality at 2 losses. Then for sure at 1 point FaZe versus Vitality maybe a
up now.
Imagine
in terms of how they run these defaults, and they are going to contact in, but Simple on the other end. This is the perfect counter.
Sasha.
The absolute perfect counter. What a shot there.
He's so
All
good.
Players now, they have to gain space.
Nice Frozen.
Into Frozen they go. No utility
one more
to
Frozen,
help them
yes.
here. Frozen, another
5v2.
headshot onto Satsin.
Oh my
and Rain
god,
has
it's
made
flawless.
his way there in time, and the round has fallen to pieces for Legacy.
I mean,
just like that, bro.
Honestly, if they would have done a regular execute on that bomb site, I think at a minimum they get the bomb
Zasha's
planted. But you're right,
reaction
the
time,
contact play, and even that can obviously in other rounds be really great, but when you're contacting into the AWP, that is just so devastating. And they were not expecting for it to be there. They thought, all right, for sure, he's going to be either mid or A, which is where he normally plays, so it does make a lot more sense. But Nissim,
Angst still got it, yes.
25 seconds, not even, I think, going to be able to do any more damage here, so a huge round out of FaZe. And now it becomes such an important question. The thing that we're going to worry about right now is the economy
have weird money,
Legacy.
bro.
If they run
also
out
no
and can't
plant.
put together a really strong buy, they're going to have maybe a little bit extra here with the saved AK. But if they get completely flatlined, then it's such an opportunity for FaZe to just
should be a free round incoming, bro.
Some AKs being stolen as well on the other side here.
It's
better than Brokey, bro. I miss Brokey, I swear.
Simple was playing Ebox.
I want him to find the team ASAP and be happy.
Now. That smoke that they launched at the beginning of the round, that essentially forces Simple to reposition, and one of the likely spots he goes to is the B main cover. So they've almost encouraged Simple to make the perfect play here in reposition with that smoke. Which is
where can he go, though?
But like you say, you don't know where Simple
Gamer
can be.
Legion,
He is an
please,
author that
no!
moves around the map, and so it's hard to ever
That's
know
like
how
a
to
Lambo
counter
in the
that.
hood.
Yeah, that fast A long pop. It makes me feel like they'll be less likely to try to run it on a buy round now, as they just showed it there, even though it was with pistols.
Yeah, probably don't want to go back to that same well, especially because now we actually see FaZe responding really well. They're like the retreating grenades that are getting thrown out, like flashes to slow it down. That's kind of what you need to do if you're FaZe. If you swing into that fight and die, you open up everything.
You hate watching FaZe? How, bro?
Now, okay, Simple's moved position again with the AWP.
This is the
in
most
mid spot where we said
interesting games we've had in a bit, bro.
Focus, but look at Carrigan running
Zasha
down the
comeback.
river, trying to find these aggressive fights. He's turned his back to the
Carrigan,
He's still
nice.
find the kill onto Lux. Still more players here, though, looking to respond. Trying
one
to
more,
take
one
down
more.
Carrigan. He's out in the open, picks up another one. I think that's a good find there for Carrigan.
Look at Elige. He's jumped through the
Why
smoke.
Why are people disrespecting Elige so much today?
There.
He's doing good.
Will be able to take the kill. Should be a 3-1 here as Frozen does go down, but the bomb is lost out there. This is exactly what FaZe were doing when they were up against Aurora, and
beautiful AK scout back on 661.
They just kept losing these 2v3.
Got me bricked up over here in my gaming chair.
This time, see if they can hold on. Rain goes down to Lato.
Latte macchiato, cheers.
I'm having some flashbacks onto that. Yesterday's Anubis. I don't want that. Simple.
Nice.
He doesn't want it either. It's a good flick to take down
Lato.
This
is the shit talker, bro. This is the guy who's always screaming after every single round, bro.
Yes,
Zasha!
Nice double scope. Simple takes him down.
Let him know his place, bro.
And now they are right back on track.
Wow, Simple is so reliable on the AWP, hitting all the hard shots. And I was worried for them slightly in that position where they get that 2v2.
Yeah.
As we we had some good work from Legacy there.
A little bit more silent, bro. They can hear
that 1v1. And then you're kind of thinking, oh, we should change positions because of all the potential angles that they can come at, and we want to make sure we can trade each other. But Simple is just going to connect all the hard shots, so it doesn't actually matter, and that is so sick to see.
That's so insane,
confident,
bro.
So stable. And that's 5-6 now for FaZe as we go into the last round of the first half.
Yeah, bring in pop flashes
right
himself.
now to even out the game for FaZe. This is just spectacular work. I think they want to put some pressure on the middle early on, and so they haven't really tried to do that so much, but it's a bit of a different setup, right? Elige isn't here this time. Instead, it's simple with the AWP, so they've changed the configuration slightly, FaZe, and the question is, are Legacy
pistols, but he can easily get overrun, bro. Mac 10s and pistols.
Through the middle,
Zasha,
more than
switches to the secondary, well aware that now they caught up.
Can we get another no?
No!
He's certainly going to try, but he's
bro thought it wasn't an edit,
swings
bro.
back in from that forward position to take down Lato, and it means Lux just alone, miles away. There's nothing he can do right now. Oh, what a great first half again for Simple. 12-5 with that AWP. That's just brilliant work.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and he's doing it in situations where he's under a lot of pressure.
Zasha,
it's not easy frags that he's getting. He's getting high-impact kills with his AWP, still doing what he needs to do for his team, and that's going to be a great recovery. 2-6 at the end of the first half. It'd be so fitting if it is here with FaZe at the
Zasha 12-5.
Back into it here.
Keep in mind, this same team just 24 hours ago beat Vitality, the #1 team in the world, and they beat their 30-game win streak, bro.
Good information otherwise.
They lost to
They're
this.
getting a bit of a read that there's nobody in the middle, but this A bomb
That basically means that FaZe is going to win the major if we win this.
Rain gets the opening kill. That might be enough here. I feel like they should just keep going. I know there's dualies on the other side, but you might not get a better opportunity.
Come on. Dualies overpowered, not if you die.
With a nice connection on that
Carrigan angle.
Carrigan takes down Nissim and Sadsin and Lux. They are far away. They want to be
duties
quick
are
on the
ugly.
rotation, and they're accomplishing that at the very least, but retreating from it, the flash doesn't really do anything, and now the swing is in for the
Nice.
T side. Frozen gets a couple of headshots.
Nice setup.
And it's FaZe to pick up the pistol.
Hernandez,
Yeah!
I love that move from FaZe using
Let
the
these guys
decoy
know, bro.
as
We are
a
more
fake
Brazilian than
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Because as a CT,
I
you turn away.
swear.
Like, wait, it hasn't popped yet. So do I turn back? So it like gives you that extra.
For sure we got more
just,
Brazilian
even
fans
if
than
it's,
them, bro. It
you
is
know,
what it is,
200
bro.
milliseconds. It's
Vamos,
gonna be the case
bora.
that's going to make the difference because you're not going to be able to trade your teammate quite as quickly. And it makes all the difference when there's 3 or 4 Ts just running at you. So I love that. It's such a simple thing, but it's actually so sick. And that's a 7-6 advantage now for FaZe, looking pretty solid positioning-wise to
But we can't
have a
lose the
strong
follow-up,
run of
chat.
rounds.
Now they can stuff our
Legacy
mouth
actually go
by
for the
winning
buyout.
this.
Now, remember, this is what FaZe didn't do when they
That
lost
would
the
be Karma
pistol in the
Deluxe.
first half. They
Zasha.
didn't wanna risk
Zasha
it.
is
They
ahead
wanted
of
to get
Karma,
into the
bro.
real
He's above
rifles
that.
a little bit earlier on. If Legacy lose this round, then they set themselves up for a potential position where, you know, they're really far behind, and all the momentum will be on FaZe. So I don't know if I think this
Ash
is a good
with
idea.
the 5. Makes you want to play
Legacy
Pokemon
risking
Hearts.
it, I would say. One player on the site and
Simple.
not ready from the looks of it, Lasso. You could see from
Yeah.
the movement even before then. That he had no idea they were going to be sneaking in.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's perfect for FaZe.
Oh my
and for
God, Jack.
Legacy very quickly now. The objective is keep
can
hold
actually
of
happen.
these weapons, these Kevlars. You will need them in the next round. And for
It can
FaZe,
actually
they
happen,
are
bro.
looking to hunt. You can see them
Imagine Zasha
spreading
in the
out on
arena,
minimap.
chat.
They are hunting. The dogs are out.
Yo, I'm already bricked up.
Like there's the find. Okay, lots of damage done by Frozen, softening them up for Elise. It's actually
Oh.
perfect, making the money with the Mag-10.
Yeah.
Well, then,
Okay, that's smiling.
good work on Elise.
That's smiling, bro.
Did really well in the middle too in the first half, to be honest. Nice to see that he is
Simple,
locked
bro.
into this game. I feel like obviously we know from a mechanical
Wow.
point of view he is
So
a
locked in.
solid player. And that's, I mean, it should be one of the big strengths of this team.
Jesus.
Is to have somebody
love
like
my
Elise
live
that
chat.
just do so much of the core rifling for the team. I really think
Come
like,
on, man.
you know, once they got all the pieces together, if Elise feels comfortable, if there's not too much stress going on, I really think that could be one of the things that propels them further in the tournament than maybe some people expect.
Yeah.
Plus he's American. Let's go.
Okay, so Rain might get a chance to make some money. He's got a lot of
Rain.
USBs on the other end of this one.
It's just USPs and the
And this
5-7.
is his
Monkas.
job as the Mag-10. Find the information. Here they come.
5-7
Trying
can be
to isolate
OP.
the angles, but the HE will deal with him.
One
There's
rifle
in return
retreat
from
for them, but it's
Carrigan.
just a Mag-10.
Nice from Carrigan.
Nice, Sasha.
It's going
and
to make things
Carrigan.
easy for the cleanup.
Yes.
And FaZe looking
Yes.
very good at the moment. No drama in these last couple of rounds.
You have no
That's
idea
actually
how loud
great
this crowd
work
is going to
for
be if
Rain,
simple playoffs.
Even if
I mean,
it's
of
the one
course.
kill, but
I'm not stupid, bro.
if he sort of takes the
It's
fight
gonna
and
be a
dies
movie.
to just the first player, if that was going to happen, he hasn't got that much information. But the fact that he falls
I'm
back
gonna
means
scream
he
off the top of my
drags
lungs
the rest
too.
of the
Yeah.
squad in there, and they know everything at that point. So I don't care how many kills he gets, just get the information.
But we need to
really.
make it, though.
Stumow sneaking around the map, but it's a really slow start for Legacy here in the second half, and partly by their own design and going for that early force-up, so they are going to have to claw their way back right now. This will not be an easy game for Legacy. It also sets up for just a potential heartbreak, which I'm sure all FaZe fans are familiar with at this stage.
Keep in mind, it's a rematch,
If they
chat.
don't win it now,
Legacy
FaZe,
beat us
I
2-0 the
don't
last
know
time.
what it will take. This is such a prime
This would be
position.
humongous.
You're on the T side of Anubis. You've got a 3-round lead. You've got the money going your way. It doesn't get much
It's
better
just the
than this.
BO1.
Yeah, I think the thing I was worried the most about for FaZe was a slow start, because that's
We
kind
just
of what
need
happens
4
when
more
you've got a
rounds,
super
bro.
experienced
And we
veteran
can breathe.
team that's used to playing on stages. When you're playing against a team of people who maybe you don't even know who they
Great
were.
game
before the
state.
tournament
They are
started,
insane games.
because
I agree,
your
bro.
nervous system isn't dialed up
Imagine
when you're
Mouse
playing
gets
against people
eliminated
you have
today.
no connection to. But if you're playing
They
against
can be the
Mouse,
first one boarding
of course
the
you're going to be
airplane.
hyped right from the get-go.
Wow.
So to see FaZe
Yes.
just alive and awake immediately in this game, it tells you all you need to know.
It's Liquid versus Mouse
They're
elimination, chat.
expecting of NA push right now. They're ready. They've got 3 people already here. Sadson pick up a leash to begin with, and it's going to slow down FaZe.
Wow, that M4, boah!
Right out the gate.
Chat,
A bit of a
Fox, der
read.
Mystical M4, when it's nice, that's a 1 of 1 or 1 or 2.
Was a bit too curious. That smoke hadn't quite popped yet.
I
It was
love
thrown
that.
in there from the CT side.
Oh my god.
Simple gets another one. This time it's a flick and
Such a good
Jumao in the
M4.
middle. I can't believe it. Legacy.
Nice, Sasha.
They had the advantage at the beginning. Why are they
Sasha
giving it
double
back?
kill.
I mean, Simple is connecting some nice shots here.
He's hitting everything.
unbelievable performance from him in this game so far.
17 and 6 on Zasha.
This conversation about him
That's
being
almost
back,
a KD
I
of
definitely
3.
see it. I mean, we saw some of the players saying glimpses.
And one reminder, he's using the exact same loadout as in his last major.
The only thing that's keeping Simple from
He's
really
literally turning back the time like he never was gone, bro.
himself.
I like
his
that.
own dedication to it. I have a kind of, you know, rock solid confidence in Simple's abilities that you would find really only in like a cult member or something like that. I just that's how I feel. I'm never going to change my opinion on that.
That's fair.
35
Andrew's
seconds,
so goated, bro.
and we've got
Real
Lux in an
recognizes
interesting position
real.
here. They do have Molotov, so yeah, he's going to get grenaded out of this one. Actually, kind
Nice.
of close. Carrigan hardly seemed to stop for that shot. And Lux is going to go down. I think the rest are going to have to
perfect.
save.
They have
It's
to save.
not worth it. They don't have the
my God.
money here on the Legacy side. FaZe will be up to 10. And I don't know how this is a very, very tough break for Legacy. If they have something planned, they said
Will you
so
cheer
in
for
the
Simple or Jail if
pre-interview.
they will face each
I
other?
don't think their first half
Bro,
was
let's not
that
even
bad,
talk
but
about that, bro.
If they have
Chill.
anything for the CT side, now is it.
That will be a weird one, bro.
Yeah, and this like running into Simple like this, like just him connecting
I
these
don't know.
shots.
I
especially
can't
the
say,
first
bro.
one.
I can't say it.
You know, Legacy are like, oh, we're playing against Simple. Like, you know, this is like a different level than what they're used to.
Here we go.
Because he is the kind of player that can you feel like you have an advantage, but then you're just oh I was mistaken. You know, that's the kind of stuff you're up against, and
Yeah.
I think any fan of Counter-Strike should be a part of that cult, Anders, because any fan of Counter-Strike should want
Well,
Yeah.
Simple's presence on the server
Fucking
to
destroy
exist.
them, bro.
I mean, we're going to feel that way, Dan, because we're old. But the fact is, there is like a whole generation of Counter-Strike viewers
Bro is
and
out
players
for
that
blood
have just
today.
grown up with Simple as a sort of folklore for old people. You know?
Folklore.
They don't- a lot of people don't necessarily, they haven't had the first-hand experience. And
Right.
so
Shad,
it's just,
oh my
you know,
God.
and also, the fact just is, since then, we've already had, you know,
Shad, I hope you realize the last
surgence
comeback,
of, you know, talent, you know,
because
since
Zasha
then,
attempted a comeback with
obviously
Falcons,
halfway
right?
through Cyber joined, we've got
Nobody
people
could
like
sign
Donk
him.
now.
They had no money.
You know, so
He stood in
there's
at
a lot of people
Falcons,
to be fans
and
of,
that
and I
was a
think
very sad
Simple has to kind of
performance.
please to win
It
some
was
of these
not
fans back or make some new
with
ones,
the.
potentially.
It was not
Lux goes
on
down, Carrigan
on
has
LAN
split
like
the
this.
ball.
Was it on LAN?
Taking a
I can't
couple,
remember, but for
stolen
sure
that.
he
He is a
wasn't
fan of
vibing
that
like this,
weapon,
bro.
And now he's actually robbed it off the CT side, and
Didn't feel like the right
Legacy,
teammates.
This was one of those big impact rounds where it needed to be.
Very short-lived
Latto's gonna
comeback.
Get dropped next. They're
Now,
just
bro,
falling all across
you
the
can
map
see
here.
he's having fun.
Kind of a disaster for Legacy.
It's very tough. He's trying to get active against FaZe, take the game to their own hands.
He will want
It's a good
more
kill
after
against
this, that's for
Carrigan,
sure,
but the
bro.
bomb is making its way up middle at the moment, so FaZe are going to find a free A bomb site if they keep going. And I think they do have the information that
He's horny for CS.
that should be free.
For sure.
Yeah, they definitely do.
At least max one player, but they have enough to trade into that site.
50 seconds.
Yeah, I think even when he threw the Molotov Carrigan, he heard just the sear of that Molotov, so he knew there was going to be a CT on the other side. I think already they had such a good read on what was happening even before Carrigan went to check.
Nice.
Nothing to do for Legacy. He wants that guy.
Oh.
One more bullets.
It's too easy right
Last
now.
one.
Rain up to 10. That's very nice to
We are
see.
smoking them.
CT side was not treating him very well, but he's starting to get back into it.
That
Now,
M4 though.
he would love a save right now. This is going to be a hero M4 into the next round if he can hold on to it. They've already found him.
There you go.
English laughing.
There it is.
Next time we know.
It's back. That's the danger. That's the danger of stealing it. Because now that he's using it back, you're like, oh yeah, I guess maybe stop
I love
him
it.
from you.
You saving the game?
They're just having such a great time.
I can't.
Why wouldn't they be having a
We
great
are
time? They're up
so
11-6
back, bro.
here on the second half of Anubis. Now they're on the T
Oh
side.
my
They have
God.
everything. We've only said it so many times. They have a ton of money on the FaZe side of
No.
things. And
He's
holding
17
this
and
B-bomb side
6.
with his two players. Another contact play. No grenades
Yeah.
thrown. Simple will land another kill.
Put
He's
these dogs in their
18 and
place,
6
bro.
right now.
Sorry.
So you can shelve the conversation
Oh
about
my
whether or not
God.
he's back. He absolutely
This
is.
team beat Vitality.
Lux trying to hold on to the bomb side with the
Was.
5-7. Some backup has been called for, but FaZe
Nah,
don't
Chet, we're
really
winning the
that
major, bro.
hard. You can see they're slowly walking on
We
the
are
side,
winning
but
the major,
they try
bro.
to make sure that they're not losing anyone too early on here. Some counter grenades are coming out. Lux is going to be
Nice.
found, and the rest of Legacy on a
5v3,
weird
5v3.
position. Assassin
Wait,
trying
wait,
to
wait.
knife
That's
him.
keiner mehr.
Yeah.
Scheiße, Sascha sendet das irgendwie
That's the
rein.
bomb, but eventually Rain will get the job done. He's turned up the volume on the ambulance.
He's so committed to the
No,
bit.
Chet, no, I can't. Oh my! I'm so happy that we're not straight to the playoffs again.
This is awesome.
We have another BO3 tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It is just like, what is happening in this? Like, finally, he made his way to European Counter-Strike, and this is what it is.
Imagine Simple at the playoffs,
all
Chet.
about, like, great comms and communication. Like, Europeans very, like, you know, they're very, you know, sophisticated when it comes to Counter-Strike, and then he's being treated with the character lance here. It's too much.
Yeah. My prediction is FaZe will get to the grand finals against Vitality.
Oh my god.
I'm all in. Like,
that's my prediction.
Yes, let's do it. 12-6, ladies and gentlemen. We're heading into round number 19 here in Legacy. Staring down the barrel of having to win 6 rounds in a row to get this one into overtime. There's no reason to think they can do that right now. They've got a bit of money now, but you could just also tell that the spark is going to be, you know, it's not really there right now for Legacy. They're not having that same kind of a punch through. And FaZe on the other side of it, they just want to get the job done here.
Yeah, Sadzen's going to be so key. We'll see if anything can come from that AWP, because it looks like FaZe is going away from it, largely speaking here.
Oh, they're going to be quick. Lightning fast. Rain.
Rain.
He's got him in the corner. He's going
Rain gets it. Wow.
Too. Even if Flux gets him afterwards. Frozen on the follow-up. It's another 3v3 here. And
Simple getting pushed.
The rotation on the other side.
That's an opportunity, though.
But if Frozen can find the bomb plant, then Simple can try and hold them here. Frozen, unfortunately, going to get caught by Dumao.
Simple 1v3.
Looking to save it right when they need to.
Bomb lost.
Simple now.
Is he going to give it a try?
They've got a
they have crazy money. He can.
How scared
He's
are
shit,
they?
bro.
How much is Simple back? This might be one of the big
Puts the graffiti on the floor.
I mean,
in older days,
Zasha. Ooh, rectangle.
Look at this position. Low.
No,
it's just too much.
That's right.
Great effort from Legacy there. I mean, just really.
Yeah.
What I love is that they are playing
clapping it up for them, bro.
I think it might be a question of if they have the right ideas as to what to do to bring together these round wins, but they definitely have the fearlessness to put behind the plays.
You can't win against Simple Trash Talk, bro. You can't.
Good find from Sadzen. We mentioned that AWP was going to come in super key, but Legacy, do they have more legs for this one? Hey, 5 more in a row, and it's a lot to ask.
Bro.
Still feels like a really long road,
just one round.
Especially because it's going to be another buy round, even after this one FaZe. They just have the money for it. I don't think it'll be easy at all for Legacy to continue.
I'm feeling right now once again like
A long again. It looks like
why he's the GOAT, bro. Like this guy makes me want to go pro in CS right now. I swear on everything, bro.
Than this, but
Jesus.
It depends on FaZe's pacing. If FaZe play a really slow pace, there's a chance FaZe could catch a push.
Am I the only one that wants to go pro right now?
This position for Rain already tells us that they are aware that something could be happening. Smoke.
I wish I had time, bro. I wish I had time to go pro.
And then a Molotov into Cam. So just allowing for Elige to kind of run in here and clear this out. Very cool to see Rain setting up those early grenades. And Elige actually checking, because sometimes people can hide back there if they look into the ground. So he wants to make sure that absolutely no one could be there. But there's no one in middle. And we've got about 50 seconds here.
Legacy, they are now finally pushing along, so they understand what's going on, but is it too late?
Come on.
Rain making his way forward.
Oh, quick switch!
Very close there, outside E-box. Trade's coming on in. In fact, no trade's possible for Karrigan.
Oh, no.
Lato to take down the kill. 3 players left. They're stuck outside of B here for FaZe. It's going to be very difficult to get in now. All the CTs
all in here.
are pretty much ready to flick. It's a good attempt, but Dumao takes down Simple, and there is no movement here.
2v4, 20 seconds.
Around this bomb site. They've got to fight their way through this position. There go the CTs. Legacy picking up one more. 8-12 now. On their way back.
Guys, let's focus. They always will push on mid round,
okay? So we got some calls coming out from the FaZe side. Well aware that there could be some pushes coming in the mid round. So worth waiting.
Just one round, bro.
Still, Legacy. We're talking about one slip up here, one mistake. And this little mini comeback is going to be all for nothing. If
Here we go, bro.
Obviously, it'll change the nature of this game completely, and the
Let's see if
excitement
they push
will return
middle.
almost immediately. Legacy here. They need 4 in a row. They've already got 2.
Sasha.
Oh
no! This time the flick doesn't hit.
They really want to see if there's going to be a bit of a challenge. Simple. He's out here looking for anyone that wants to challenge him.
And also nobody pushing middle this time.
Sadzen. Why would he be?
I hope that doesn't throw us off guard.
In theory, FaZe could run a similar round to the previous one, but instead make sure that they clear this to say long position first, to just put the threat on there, because that was really a great
Missed
punish
Molotov from
Legacy
FaZe Clan as well.
to just have a deep position on A long the entirety of that previous round. Just gave them all the info they needed.
Look at how long they're waiting.
Come on, just one round, bro.
And
it's over.
Of it. Just to see if we can find a little.
If we lose this, our economy is looking
make a
mirror.
Mistake on Legacy. That's I think what he's gambling on, but so far that hasn't really happened. He is going to try and
Bomb
walk through on the
towards
other
A.
side. I think he might get caught.
Here we go, bro. Beautiful pop flash. Gets refragged though. Timing. Good timing, but no connection from Kerrigan. There was a chance. Now they're all past the angle again. How do you clear this?
Pressure Sanson from the middle too.
How do you clear this?
Yeah, he's
nice.
Edged out on that one.
3 on 3.
Now trying to get the spray
2v3. 2v2. 30 seconds. Zasha has the bomb. Has to plant it. Will do it. Safe behind the smoke.
On the other side.
Illich
just
playing the off angle.
Kills, and they can get rid of Legacy.
Zasha comes to help. It's crossfire now. Zasha. Ooh, timing. That's awkward.
He's sneaking up there, but he's trying to.
Right when he peeked, Zasha pulled out the nade. Timing. Don't get timed again. Nice, Zasha.
Easy shot for
2v1. 2v1. Finish it now. Illich.
Illich just need the kill. Nissim on top, and he's running out of time. He doesn't.
You're running out of time, little bro.
Teammates with
no
him.
kit even. Zasha misses. Illich for the finish.
It'll be the headshot from Illich. And this is what happens.
What a performance.
Legacy runs into the
from Simple.
FaZe.
Incredible
amazing
stuff
game.
From